Hello, I've been out shooting all day. I have one file for you to download. It's straight out of camera. I think it's incredibly representative of a, partially cloudy, typical outdoor shot. Um, I think I shot it at f8 on this particular shot, but download it in the link below and tell me what you think. The one thing that people keep telling me on this is that since the JPEGs are 50 megabyte, and I don't mess with JPEGs. However, this one is a JPEG. I've got raw files over here, of course, to edit, because I can't give you the raw files because it's a pre-production camera. Is that people keep saying, well, the files on this are so huge, it has to be a pain to edit. While I am using a newer iMac with 32 gig of RAM and a solid-state drive. Actually, it's a lot less troublesome to edit these files because they are really, not fanboy talk, dead serious. I've already edited a lot of raw files from this camera. They're so much easier. I mean, this image itself looks oversaturated. It's not oversaturated. It looks like I've drugged the saturation slider and the clarity and the sharpening. I've done none of that, as you can see over here on the left. This is actually how the camera drops the images on this new GFX. I can even count the pollen grains on this image. So contrary to what is seemingly the case, because the files are so huge they have to be a pain to edit, just the opposite. There's so much elbow room in these images that you know they really do look incredibly brilliant straight out of camera. Here's this shot, which of course has a lot of between the shadows and the highlights. There's quite a bit of range here, and here's a shot that I processed, obviously before and after, and it's brilliant. The amount of recoverability on the shadows is quite extraordinary. It really is something. Up here, over here. But yeah, see what you think about this one file in the link below. It's a straight out of camera JPEG. I can't give you the raw files. These are raws here, but let me zoom. Let me go back to this one image here. That's my email beeping. I should have turned my email off before making this video. I mean, I can go so far back. I mean, I can see this chick, and she's wearing a white Apple Watch, and I didn't notice that until just before I started making this video. And I can go over here and I can read the placard, please keep off the sculpture, and I can go over here and I can see all the names, well, the ones that are visible anyway, on the base of the sculpture. Doesn't it look like I drugged the sharpening and clarity and saturation slider on this image straight out of camera? Check for yourself if you don't believe me. So these files are actually easier. Yeah, they're large, but they're easier to edit. And last time I recall, time is money. You spend a lot of time. Nobody pays you for the amount of time you have to edit an image in your computer. Nobody pays you for that, unless you make pre-arrangements on that on the contract. But these images are very punchy and contrasty. They're very reminiscent of the output from the Nikon D850. To me, they are. But obviously, this is many steps above that for obvious reasons. But there goes my email again. So anyway, thanks for watching. I've been burning the candle at both ends lately. And Facebook is almost starting to be a curse. Everybody warned me about that. That's okay. It's a little fun, kind of, sort of, but I mean, look at the detail. I mean, it's just, you just have to tell yourself, there's no saturation. Well, actually, there is a little saturation. Let me desaturate. Let me bring it there. I didn't touch that. Bring it back to 0. I don't know how that got there, but I mean, look at that. It's just, that's unbelievable. I know you may not be able to see this, but on my 27-inch 5K display here on the iMac, I mean, I almost feel like I could step right into the monitor. Whew. Anyway, that's enough of my talking. Download this image below, if you would. If you want to, obviously I don't do anything. Tell me what you think. I mean, to me, it's just, this is the point where you just say, shut the hell up, this is it. That's it. Look at it, you know, it's over. What am I going to compare it to? Not going to compare it to any Nikon, Sony, or Canon image. You're just not. You know, I don't care if you hate Fujifilm. There's just no chance in hell you're going to compare this to. What are you going to compare it to? What the hell are you going to compare it to? And the answer is nothing. Actually, I know what you could compare it to. Another image from another GFX100. Let's be honest, for God's sakes.